to the T5 peeps. Bob the Dragon, Datamagnet, Cat Crab Lobster, DuckMachine, Try Again 95, Astraya the Dreamer, Mezec, Feudic Jarl, Germanchemist, Casper Arnholtz, and Chaos to Must. Thank you very much. Story number 1. Boiling Heat, written by SwiftHound. 10 contestants from each race in the galactic democracy enter the dark room. It smelled of wood and fire. The small window showing a serene landscape, one full with black and white trees engulfed by green from all sides. A small lake of gently moving water behind the line of trees and shrubbery reflects the evening rays of the sunlight into the room. Every contestant takes their spot in the circular room surrounding a gently crackling box of metal. Each seat in the room is made to match the size of the contestant, so all will have a comfortable seating for the challenge to come. The stones on top of the box sit quietly as if waiting for something to happen. The first brave contestant, the reptilian Cress, slams their hand onto the wooden button next to them. A loud hiss is heard from the large metal box, the stones now sizzling with excitement, great wafts of steam emanating and spreading across the room. With this, the first 3 contestants leave, panicked by the rushing heat felt by all. The Cress laughs audibly as the rest of the contestants join in. Even though this is a contest, all present feel jovial and relaxed as the stones once again grow silent. An insectoid, a part of the solar, pushes the button firmly and holds their hand in place. With the stones now screaming, they take their hand off and sit back, leaning towards the wall. They jolt back up quickly as their back touches the wall. Once again, the others laugh audibly at the misfortune of their compatriot. Now it's the human's turn. They slowly move the hand onto the button and press it for just a moment, releasing a quiet response from the stones. The human leans back and grimaces as their back is burned by the wall. They don't move away, however, and after a while are comfortably leaning against the wall, relaxing and enjoying the moment. The solar, now intently staring at the human, copies the movements of the human, once again burning their back and having to leave as the carapace melts slightly with the wall. The 6 remaining wave their goodbyes to the leaving contestants as the door opens for just a moment, letting everyone feel the cool breeze of the outside. The Cress begins to dramatically move their arm towards the button, but they feel the stones already hiss with heat. The small quadrupedal covered with small fur and the face of a bird had pressed theirs first, seemingly out of spite to the Cress. The Yitan, now staring towards the Cress, sticks their long tongue outside their beak and lets it hang towards the Cress. The Yitan's moment soon ends, however, as the largest contestant in the room, a 10-feet-tall Gory, stands up, crouches at the exit without saying a word. Once again, they all wave their goodbyes to their fellow contestant, showing respect and a few quips at their expense. The cool air invading the room, now welcomed by all remaining. Without notice, one more leaves, the small rodent of the Gyaj, clearly in pain. Farewells from all and questions of concern about their condition. The door now shut as the temperature in the room keeps rising higher and higher, the remaining 4 all eyeing each other with expectation. The one not having pressed their button at all yet, a mischievous Bliss, stands up while holding the button for support as they get up and walk towards the door, pressing each button they come across on the way. Incredulous laughter from the remaining 3 and jovial insults about the Bliss continue until the door closes once more. With the 3 remaining, human, Yitan, and Cress, the temperature has now climbed nearly to boiling. The Cress presses their button and forces the Yitan to leave. The human and the Cress both give their farewells, the Cress giving a final show of tongue towards the fleeing Yitan. But the last 2 remaining, the human takes their hand and holds the button down, locking eyes with the Cress. More and more steam escapes the stones as the scream becomes howling, some stones even cracking as they are forced apart by the rapid change in heat. The Cress now insulting the human as they run out the door, almost slipping on the wet floorboards. Everyone, the human takes their hand off the button, letting the pain and burning of their skin ease. They take one final look outside the small window and smile. The sun has gone down, leaving only a reddened sky behind as a reminder of the day. The human slowly gets up, parting their back from the wall, the human skin now completely red and drenched in sweat. They open the door with a slam and step outside to cameras. Screams and cheers are heard as the human sweat evaporates, mimicking the stones in the sauna. The other contestants are already sitting in the cool pool of water, enjoying drinks and cool air. News crews close in on the human, only to be pushed aside. The human only walking towards the table of drinks. The human takes an entire jug of juice and chugs it with an audible gulps before sitting in the pool with the rest of the contestants. Nothing beats a real wood stove sauna, now does it? End of story. Story number 2. The humans are just so cute. Written by Slow AD 2584. The dragon lounged on its mountain of ancient treasures, its oily back scales shimmering with an ultramarine blue and an ultraviolet highlights as it moved and caught stray beams of sunlight peeking through the tangled vines of the fissure above. I just find them so adorable. They're super cute things that they do, the dragon said to the being of smoke and black lightning shackled to the wall. Release me, the smoky being whispered in impotent fury. Oh, that's never gonna happen. I've seen what you do to those cute little ones out there. I am not having any of that. The being shrank into the corner, resigned to sit through yet another dialogue. Have you ever seen how they sit? Like a chair thingy. Oh my god, it's so cute. How they can fold up like that. And when they tucked in their little feet underneath, oh my god, the talons clenched, gouging deep into the solid mound of gold coins, as its neck shivered in delight. So adorable! Or when I fly over their town square, how their all little mouths open up into little O's as they all face to track my flight over. All those tiny little circles. Oh, and when I swoop to hover over a crowd, and the wind from my wing beats their hair and clothes back behind them, oh, I just love how they look with those little faces, those delicate little eyelids trying to cover their eyes, but they still just want to see. Oh my god, those are the cutest little faces. Now, don't tell anyone, but sometimes I use my magic to sneak into their homes while they are asleep, to tickle their hair, just to see how they swipe and slap at their heads while asleep. Oh, I can never get enough of that. The being of smoke and black lightning stirred. You walk among them. Well, sometimes it's really only way to see them, being their clumsy, dorky selves. Such precious little chonkers. Have you ever seen them try to pass each other in a hallway, and they step aside the wrong way? Over and oh, that just makes me want to crush them in lovey hugs. And how they try so hard, yet fail. Yes, I have seen that. That is actually pretty adorable. Oh, and the way their tummies grumble when they haven't eaten in a while. Little dummy hungry. The silky wings of the dragon crunched up and shook with delight as the smoldering eyes squeezed shut. Oh, the way their arms shiver and shake as they scramble to a pool of water after having been held prisoner without water for days. What? That's horrible! The dragon's head reared back in appalled horror. And you wonder why you are held captive here, with a human village mere miles away. No, but you remind me of the one time this knight in shining armor was riding a horse, so very proud of himself, and his horse knocked him off with a low tree branch. The way he lay there like a turtle on his back, unable to get himself up. The cutest part was how his compatriots didn't help, but instead pointed and laughed at his misfortune. Oh, when they do the Bernie dance.
The what?
The running around in circles, arms flailing when they're all on fire. The birdie darts.
That was you!
All joy left the dragon's eyes, the ASMR movements replaced with a furious predatory liquid draconic prowl. It reared up like a massive cobra over the cowering being of smoke and black lightning, neon green acid dripping from its teeth as it hissed, smattering and scalding fury wherever it dropped smell, melting even the stone floor with the terrifying ease.
I swore if I ever found the monster that did that.
Farmers outside the village looked up towards the distant hills. Was that an earthquake? Smoke and steam erupted from the fissures in the slope. Great hammering impacts could be felt through the soil. No volcano, no meteors were falling from the sky. So, that's weird. They were not too concerned. The dragon was fond of them. It would protect them, as for generations now. They shrugged and went back to farming, trying to keep their balance with the continuing shocks to the ground. The clumsy little darlings. End of story. And that, my friends, concludes this video. I hope that you enjoyed.